Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Quest SMP. In the last episode we finally made a move over to our mega base area, which you can see in the background. I have done a little bit of work off camera since our last episode. So if we fly over and take a look, you will see I now have in all of the white borders around the boxes, and I have included some of the bridges here, or actually all the bridges. So we take a nice little land down here. I think the last time all I had was this centre section, but now we've changed out all the floor. There's lighting under these carpets, so that's going to stop some mobs spawning from up here, and it just makes the place look a lot more grand. There it is. So some pretty exciting stuff as we make a lot more progress here today. I do have planned out for today what we'll be doing. I want to get my storage under control, as at the moment there is things here in shulker boxes and chests at the industrial area. There's stuff back at my original spawn base location. I have stuff absolutely everywhere. So today we are going to be building a mass storage system using these resources, quite a few chests and hoppers, and then we have some building materials and things as well. So where this is actually going to go will be inside one of our cubes, and I think each one of these will have something inside them of use. So like a storage system, maybe like a large smelting system, maybe even move an iron farm over here. I'm not quite sure what all of them will have, but this one I have laid out a little bit of a guide for a storage system. So let's fly down there and we'll build up a little bit on camera and then probably do the rest in a time lapse. So let me just go to sleep real quick. Alright, we've made it down inside the cube, and you just get a sense of scale as you're inside here. It's an absolutely massive space. But I think what I'm going to do is have the chests kind of like this all the way around, and I'll probably have these go, I think I want them 3 high, like that. Then we will need our hoppers going into each one, like so. Not there. Then I think we want another hopper facing the chest, like that, and that's going to be our filter hopper, and then I'll have this going, like I said, all the way around. Alright, now we've got that one in. I believe there is one more hopper that needs to go on top, so like this, facing in as well. Now we need some building blocks out the back to do our filtering redstone, so come out by a few. I'll need to actually drop down here. Alright, so we got that. We need one more at the back. We need one in here. And we need one there. Like that. Cool. So, we need to actually put the redstone in place. First of all, we want a repeater. We want a redstone torch. Then we need to get up here. Redstone on these guys. And finally, a comparator, just like that. Cool. So to demonstrate, there will be a water stream running along this block here, and the items will be lined up with this edge so that anything that passes over the hoppers will be filtered. So if I do this, this should count down to 41. Yep. And our stone should end up on the bottom. So again, just to simulate, stone going over the filter system will end up down here. Cool. So obviously, as we can see, there is quite a number of these to build around the edges from that corner there to that corner there. So I think the best way to do that would be in a time lapse. So yeah, let's get into it. So enjoy. Alright guys, and this is what we have so far. So it looks pretty cool from up here. As you see, I've added in the little water stream at the top. So the items will be... I still need to build the input chest down here. I'll bring the items up and along, and it will line them up along this wall here. So they're just enough that they can be picked up by the hoppers as they travel along under the little slabs here along the ice. And then again they're lined up against the honey blocks so that it puts them along the edge. And that continues all the way around, like so. I am undecided at the moment where I want to do with the items at the end. So obviously I can't store every item in the game, I can't filter out everything. I think there are 79 possibilities here, which will cover all the main ones I use. So either I want to have mass storage here that all the items that aren't being sorted end up in, or I just leave this up to items that I know are being sorted. Then I can have this water flow back this way, and it'll just keep going round in a loop until it gets sorted. But I'm probably thinking of just doing it into chests at the end here that don't have any item filters on them. That way we can also make sure that it's easier when we just throw everything into the input chest there, and that way that anything that's not sorted just goes to the end. And if there's something that I have quite a lot of, then I can always add another one of these in. But yeah, that is the main bulk of the building work done, or I should say the kind of redstone stuff. Obviously I need to put in the filters into the hoppers. I need to go through and figure out what items I actually want to be sorting, and create the filters in here. And the next, obviously, I need to actually make this into a room, as at the moment it is just an empty box and I can't actually access the storage very easily. So that's obviously a pretty important thing to be doing next. But I think what I want to do is work on the input system here. I'll probably just do that off camera and then we'll have a quick look at how that works, and we can actually give this a test. And we're back with this little contraption here behind me. So this will just be the input chest for all the items that will be stored up in the storage system here. So we can just take an item, for instance, put that in there, it'll be sucked out and it'll be filtered through the system. Or I have also put the hoppers on top because we may have shulker boxes full of things like this, and I know you can make shulker box unloaders and things, and I may do that in the future, but for now putting a shulker box up here and it draining through like this, really that works for me. I can put two, I can add some more hoppers if I need, but that works just as well. So how does it work? This little circuit round the back, the items are just being put into a dropper, and this is sensing when an item is there and pulsing it again to shoot into a water column. Now if we come up top, you can see the items coming out. There they go. They've been lined up with the honey blocks along the ice paths and into the hoppers. One final thing actually that I almost forgot about was I will need to go through and figure out what blocks that I want to be sorting with this system. Things like, I'm thinking about doing pretty much all the all the main full blocks, like these stone bricks, stone, the wood variants like oak and things, and then all of your other stuff that you can make from that, like stairs, slabs, walls, kind of things. I may end up just putting into these chests manually, or keep them in the mass storage kind of silo thing over there. Not 100% sure yet, but that is where we're at the moment with this. And I do need to get some more honey blocks for that corner up there. I will visit the shopping district and buy some honey blocks from Horatio's shop for that. Alright, honey blocks have been purchased, so I actually had to take a few from the pile in his shop rather than the chest, as the chest was empty. So Horatio, if you're watching, I do apologise. And I can actually remove these signs because I have closed my little stone to diamonds thing, and someone has removed the signs from there already. So let's go fly over into the little marketplace area. Okay, so in here, as you can see, future business coming soon, closed, and someone had actually left a shulker box of stone and didn't take their diamond block. So again, if you're watching, whoever that is, your diamond block awaits you. But yeah, I figured since we finished off all of the cubes and I didn't need stone that much anymore, I will still need it in the future obviously, but not en masse as I did before, we can shut off this shop for now. The rest of the honey blocks are now back in place in the corners, and that should be it fully functional. Again, just need to put in the item filters and kind of sort out the order I want them to be in. Hopefully get that done in the next couple of days, as it is a pretty big task because I need to find out or gather up all my stuff from all my different base areas and things and actually see what I've got. But one last thing before we go today. You may notice I have signs on each of the paths here. So if we take a little look, I have indicators for what's going to be built on top of these cubes, as the goal, the mission is to have all the different, or a few different time periods throughout time on the top of these cubes. So we'll go travel through time. The one behind me here, as we saw, is the Stone Age, and it'll go all the way forward in time. So we see here, these are just a rough guide, nothing exact yet until I start building. Some of them I have better ideas than others, but you know, these could change. But this will be Stone Age, roughly 500,000 BC, I'm imagining. Then we move on to the Egyptian Empire era, around 3000 BC. Next up we have the Roman Empire, around 30 BC. This one will be a medieval style, 700 AD. And then we get to around the Victorian era, around about the 1840s. Fast forward to the 1950s. I'm thinking of kind of suburban America and style, with diners and that kind of thing. Then we have modern, present day, more modern builds I would say in this one, with your white concretes and grey terracottas and that kind of thing, around about 2020, just as we are at the moment. Then the last one is in the future, and I've just set this one to around about 2500, the year 2500, so that one could be fun, a little bit of imagination for what we could build there. So yeah, that is pretty cool, and I am looking forward to tackling these. Obviously they are pretty big areas. I've done that intentionally as I want there to be pretty much a full town or city on top of these, representing each one of the time periods. But guys, with that is going to do it for today's video. I know we didn't get too much done, but we did sort out our storage system, so that will help us in the long run here with all of our builds and projects, as this will be where we'll be working for the majority of our time. Probably will be spent here in future. Obviously we have the Nether stuff to take care of, and our industrial district will always be there and expanding ever so slightly. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, a comment and subscribe if you're not already. It really does help me out and helps me build on this channel and these videos. So yeah guys, that will do it. Until the next time, take care. Bye bye.